Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at nbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. All those hours no one else saw. Every sprint in the summer. Think of every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
Seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman, what did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now. Marshawn Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like we're not getting any better.
Looking to get into Smith. What a pass! That's it! T.Y. Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in. A career year. Like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks this season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by it. Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking home team. We'll take it.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Put him in there.
This knocked me off, though.
Who the heck is that guy?
Deflected good, help defense from the Warriors. Oh, what a pass! And Kuminga throws it down! This could be the pass of the year so far. You might watch every game the rest of the season in the NBA.
Mr. Announcer guy. So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that.
You're such a hater.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at nbradio.us.
You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle, everyone. Caveman HG back on the ones and twos out here on the mics on MBR, the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard.
How's it
Welcome
going,
back
everyone?
to another episode. We got a lot of action-packed sports in this week's episode, honestly. A lot of champions crowned, a lot of champions going to be crowned. The College World Series of Baseball, Texas is crowned the national champions. They beat the Texas Tech Red Raiders, man. That was our pick. We picked Texas Tech last week.
We were going for the upset there.
And they win 2-1.
Good series, though. Good series. Tech, it was pretty defensive those first 2 games. You got a lot of good pitching out of it. And then that final game, though, something with Texas just clicked, and they racked up them 10 runs. And yeah, Tech just started to look a little lost there. But I don't think a lot of people saw the Longhorns coming anyways, just because they were going to have to clash with Oklahoma. But they got that shocking victory over them, and it was really, it was really looking up for them. Like they were the team that was going to go ahead and take it home. So
yeah,
they go ahead and win the College Softball World Series.
I don't remember who it was, and it was either which game it was, but somebody in this series hit a walk-off with a torn ACL, played the whole game with the torn ACL. It might have been the last game of the series, but she played the whole game for Texas with a torn ACL.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't remember her name either. If you know who that is, drop a name in the comments. Give her a shout out. Impressive, though, championships on the line. So, yeah, there's no coming out of the game for these players. Over to the College World Series
of baseball. Arkansas still in it. 0 losses. We got the final 8 teams here in this bracket. Oregon State, Coastal Carolina, Arizona, Louisville, those Razorbacks, LSU, UCLA, and Murray State, all in it.
I think this LSU Arkansas matchup,
that looks fun.
It's going to be a good one here.
That's going to be fun.
LSU just beat the brakes off of West Virginia. A lot of runs given up in this one, but LSU was 16-12, so they certainly shown an affinity for knocking it out of the park. Meanwhile, the Razorbacks, a bit more defensive in that first game against Tennessee. They sneak by with just 1 run. And then they get the job done in game 2 with 11-4 victory. So 2 SEC schools with a bit of history there, some rivalry, obviously, looking to get it going in the second bracket. They'll be accompanied by UCLA and Murray State. So that's the one I really got my eye on. That's going to be good. But that Arizona Louisville matchup too, Caveman.
Dude, that's a super regional series that really surprised me. Look at this Arizona North Carolina game 1. North Carolina wins 18-2. And then Arizona storms back into the 10-8 win, and then a real defensive game in game 3, 4-3 final. But rallying back. I mean, 18-2, you think you just lose game 2 and you're out of there.
Right.
And North Carolina moves on.
And it kind of looked like they were on their way to that happening, but Arizona rallying late and racking up a bunch of runs late into the game in the later innings, and ended up holding on to come back for a win. So against number 5 ranked North Carolina, no
They're
less.
Underdogs. I'm liking it.
This Louisville-Miami series was pretty interesting. So Louisville got off to an 8-1 victory. Then they gave up 9 runs to lose 9-6 in game 2. Then that defense tightened back up for them in the 3-2 victory. They squeak it out in game 3. So 2 teams that have been playing pretty well, and they're coming off of some intense series. So there's going to be both teams, I think, are going to be really fired up and really ready to go there. That's going to be a good one. And you got UCLA, Murray State.
I'm hoping Murray State makes that series competitive.
Yeah, dude, they dropped. They had 19 runs in game 2. So we've been seeing a lot of game 1s or 2s ending up being in blowouts, but then you get to a game 3 and it's really closely closed out. 5-4 victory. there for Murray State. Yeah, I would like to see. It would be cool to see them pull off that upset. I don't know if they're going to beat UCLA though. I don't know if they just got the depth that team does, but we all love a good underdog story, so we'll be pulling for them. Our last matchup here: Oregon State, Coastal Carolina. This should also be a pretty good one. Coastal Carolina, Oregon State, both pretty good teams.
Oh, it's actually opposite here. So Arizona's playing Coastal Carolina, and Louisville is going to play Oregon State. And then UCLA plays Murray State, and then it's going to be Arkansas, LSU.
Okay.
Here in this first round of winners bracket. And then only 2 losers are going to drop to the Okay, there's an elimination bracket on both sides. So if you got pretty much 2 chances here. Got 2 chances.
Okay.
It's just like the opening series here of this World Series when they had 4 in each. You pretty much had 2 shots to win it.
Yeah. I'm beginning some shootouts though in these ones. Game 3, Oregon State, Florida State was a 14-10 victory there.
Dang.
Yeah, a lot of big bullpen game for each team.
That's what I like about this though. Once you get to like that game 3 scenario, you find out really how deep these teams are. And it's like when they're just using what they got. They think they can beat you with the guy that might not be as good as some dude they pull out in game 3 that closes out the series and holds a team that just got 18 runs on you to 3. And you end up out of the super regional. So I'm going to pick Arizona. Every time I pick them and I jinx them, I swear to God. But I want to pick them this time.
I'm still riding with Arkansas. I'm on the back of that Razorback. What's their set? It's Woo Pigs or something like that. Not a great school slogan, I'll be honest, but I'll be rocking with it for the remainder of the College World Series. So
they're the highest seed remaining out of these 8 teams.
Yep. And they're a good squad, And I don't know why I'm just so biased when it comes to baseball. I'm like, I just want an SEC team to win it because that's another sport that they're pretty good at.
Good.
Call it favoritism, whatever you want, but we'll be pulling for them. Well, okay, man, on to the MLB. What we got going on over here.
I think we ought to just go for it here first, man, and just head over to the NL West standings and look at that great team, that purple team down at the bottom, 12-54.
So they're up to 2. They got 2 more wins.
2 more wins since the last episode. Talked. That's good.
That's crazy.
That's good.
What a great team they are here. I know we had the Yankees Dodgers series recently here too. Yankees got killed in the middle game of that series, 18-2. Dodgers ended up winning it 2-1. And then right after that, we get pretty soon after that, we get Red Sox and Yankees there. And the Red Sox ended up beating the Yankees twice in that series as well. A lot of runs being scored in this one.
That one is real offense.
Yeah.
It's straight offense.
The Subway series, that one was a little bit better there. With a little less, a little more defense rather. Lone loss for the Yankees, 3-2, but their pitching was looking a lot better in that one. But yeah, I don't know that. Like they're top of their.
I mean, if you're really
their conference, their division right now,
they're gonna run away with this AL East. Like Toronto being the second place team, last year they were the worst team in the AL East, and they really didn't make too many moves in the offseason to get.
They did re-sign Vlad. I like that move.
That was
the Oilers.
That was a real big move.
Just a total collapse by that team. I mean, they're just falling apart.
Like Boston will make it a series,
right?
But they're 33-36.
Boston plays the the Yankees. They play them really tight because, I mean, there's all that history there. But, yeah, I don't see them being too much of a threat. The Blue Jays low-key kind of got a nice team. I think they got some real good sluggers and a sneaky good, like, pitching rotation there. So
my
they might
AL pick this year.
They might make it interesting.
They got a chance.
What's up, Jai? Thanks for tuning in.
My AL pick's got to be Detroit. They're
Oh,
looking
yeah,
good
dude.
this year, dude. They're looking insane.
Friggin' love the Tigers, dude. Skubal is such a dog, man. Pleasure watching him pitch. He might win Cy Young again and go back to back.
I don't mind it. He's honestly having a better season this year than he was last year.
Right? Yeah, no, he's on one. I mean, I'm like trying to think. I don't know if there's another pitcher I'd take right now over Skubal. Maybe Skeens just because of his age, man. But
I would either. That's probably my best two picks right there out of this season. That's like the ace of aces.
But the Pirates, man, they got absolutely no offense. I feel bad for Skeens because he's been having an insane season, man. He'll have
three hits and then lose.
Yeah, he pitched like 8 innings, gave up 2 hits and 1 run, and
they lose.
They lost that game 1-0, bro. Just
he does everything
abysmal.
he can to keep the team in the game, and they do. There's absolutely nothing else to help him.
They're absolutely abysmal. They got nothing going for them. But yeah, dude, this pitching staff for the Tigers is pretty nice. Like Skubal, obviously one of the best in the game, but they brought in Flaherty. He's been really good this year.
I forgot about that.
Right, Casey Mizzy, he's been good. So he's got guys lower down like Tommy Cale, Tyler Holton, Will Vest. Just seeing some real solid things out of them. Obviously, we'll probably see a little less of these guys throughout when the playoffs start, but through the season, then they're doing pretty good. But
that's killing it.
Having Flaherty and Skubal as kind of your starting pitchers.
And there's really only
if they can stay healthy, that'll be big going into the postseason.
Flaherty, they're gonna hope that he does.
Yeah.
But underdog pick, honestly, if it comes really down to it, Mize 6-1 on the season. He's pretty solid, honestly. He kind of, if he could get that ERA down, I think he can be a pretty solid guy. He can be pretty solid late in the season. But he's got a good record from what it looks like. Only 1 loss. Great sluggers too on this team as well. Baez is having a great comeback after his injury too. It's the work of Scott Constable and the great conscious mind on TikTok, because he made a video about Rafael Baez like a few months before the season started. Now he's having an absolute comeback season after his injury.
Somebody gave
killing it for the Tigers.
He gave Scott Constable his 5 minutes, and Scott, what does he do again? He sees the colors and the patterns. It creates new neural pathways. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So he created those for Rafi Baez.
Beautiful.
That might be a little too underground for most of our viewers. I don't know if they're on Scott Constable TikTok like we are, Caveman.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I like Ike. Thanks for calling your comment. All right, we're gonna look at some of the stats we got though on this season. Aaron Judge just crushed like a 469-foot home run the other day. I know that. He's leading with batting average. Cal Ray, though, man, Seattle Mariner. This guy's been having a pretty good year. He's been hitting a lot of home runs. Pete Alonso, man, that Mets team, they paid Juan Soto all that money, and it's like they should have just
not to do that much at all.
They should have given that much more of that money to Pete. Man, he's been just tearing it up this year.
a good majority of that money. That is great.
But dude, he's averaging 300, 17 homers. He's got 62 RBIs. Fifth best OPS percentage in the whole league. Yeah, and Pistol Pete, the new Pistol Pete, man, he's been crushing it. He did just play the Rockies, so that might have been, inflated their stats a little, help inflate your stats a little bit, but still, I think he's having a really great season. He should be an all-star this year. I'd be shocked if he weren't. I would be shocked. Then Shohei kind of dropping off most of the hitting leader lists. He's only top 5 in home runs. He got 23, but
I think it's been more based on a focus for the comeback to pitching, though, because he's now officially in the bullpen for the first time in 2 years. So I think pretty soon we could be seeing him as like that two-way player that they initially had signed him as, potentially being. Everyone kind of hyped it up to be, which is really interesting when you think about it, because this guy can do it, honestly.
Yeah, he definitely can.
The batting last season,
we've seen him do it
while injured. The batting and base running while injured in the postseason.
And did something nobody else has ever done with that. The 50-50 homers and stolen bases. Yeah, it'll be special when he gets healthy. It'll be special for the Dodgers again. But they're going to have I think it'll definitely be tough, though, for a repeat of the World Series, because you got,
especially with the NL West being tough.
You got a lot of good teams that they're going for your throat. Giants and the Padres.
4 playoff teams in the NL West.
And we haven't even talked about the Phillies that much, but they're a little under the radar right now. I
definitely slept on.
They're just, they've just kind of been a little quieter these past few weeks, but that's a team that I think as we get down to the nitty gritty, you're going to really see they know this is an old roster. A lot of these contracts are up. It's getting close to now or never, and you got to make it happen. And Kyle Schwarber is so far, I think, having himself a low key, almost MVP type season. You got guys like Alec Boehm, who was not MVP. I mean, all-star. Sorry, no, not quite MVP, but all-star caliber season. You had former all-stars like Nick Castillo or Alec Boehm, Trey Turner, all those guys out, and Bryce Harper. So it's a good roster. I like what you see there. But they're dealing with a good Mets team there in the NL East. So we'll see who wins that one and who has to kind of go in as a wild card, because they're both, I think, going to make it. But one team's going to be the wild card. One's going to be.
It's going to be a very close. Yeah, it's going to be real close, though. Nationals could honestly go on a little run, but we'll see. We'll see. The NL East kind of looks like it's been decided, as well as the West and the AL. Is that just going to be Astros division here? I mean, the near future, I don't really know if the Mariners are going to get anything going. No disrespect to the Mariners. And the Rangers are this season been on kind of a slump since past few seasons recent.
Yeah, since the World Series. Yeah, they struggled to even stay in the race, and now they're not doing too hot again. I don't know. I think the Mariners could probably make it interesting, but I think if the Astros stop effing around,
they could just walk away with this.
They get more serious. But anyway, we're barely even. We haven't even gotten halfway through yet, so we're maybe barely a fourth of the way through.
And since we are only a fourth of the way through, we gotta announce something special for all the fans of the show, all the Rockies fans out there. For the rest of the season, the two of us are going to be placing a bet on ourselves. We're going to be very accountable for this too. For the rest of the Rockies season, this is going to be used as a motivator for them to get better as well.
Yeah.
We're each going to be taking on a bet. So, HG, what are you going to be doing? What's going to be your first outcome?
Right now to start, however many runs they give up in a week between each episodes, I'm going to bring in like a container of diced onions, and I got to eat a piece of diced onion, like a big like a big piece, not like a little tiny one. Like it'll be like a big chunk. And we'll just have to eat, however many runs they've given up in that period of the week. So I just kind of have to hope that they don't get like multiple like 20 run spots on them. That'd be tough. And yeah, if I can't manage to eat that all in the course of the next show, I got to put on I'll have to wear a pretty humiliating outfit for the next show. So it'll be double motivation for me there. We're gonna, and hopefully Dick Monfort, he'll see the suffering that he's just putting out on the even more fans, and maybe this could be motivation for him to sell the team.
And to put yourself in perspective, the Rockies last night were winning against the San Francisco Giants 5-2. The final score of this game ended up being 6-5. The Giants won.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter if they win every game. I'm still just going off of runs that they allow. So
I like that.
Because here's the thing: is the Rockies, they get a game in Coors Field, they might win a game like 13-11, but
that's true.
That's just like because it's just a home run factory up here in Denver.
True. What it should be, honestly, every night. But for my bet of the rest of the season, I'm going to be doing similar to last year, those 340 push-ups that I had to do after the Saints got beat down by the Packers on Monday Night Football. I'm going to be doing the workout. So it'll be an X amount, probably 10 to 20 per run allowed of a workout, either of my choice, HG, H-Train, Jimmy, or the viewers, whatever you guys comment down. It's just going to be a plethora of workouts for the rest of the season that I'm going to be doing. So be 10 to 20 per run scored.
Though.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Going to be good for the summer.
That's why I almost, was going to pick something like super sugary, but just that might make me sick. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to. I got to be thinking a little bit about the health. I already do that with my Dr. Pepper. That's not going to be good. We got to get like a vegetable or something that's just difficult to eat raw. So onion it is. I'll probably switch it up. It'll never be anything that's meant to be eaten by itself. So it'll be a struggle, and you get to enjoy that. And we suffer in hopes to get the Colorado Rockies to improve, so that the owners will sell the team. Will it ever happen? Probably not. Coming up on our first little half hour here, so we'll go ahead, hit our break. When we come back, obviously Stanley Cup, NBA Finals both underway. Some really exciting games so far. A couple of overtime games in the Cup, buzzer beater. Halliburton does it again. A lot to cover, a lot to break down. We'll have that and more coming up here until the final whistle. Stay with us.
Hey, my name's Andrew Wiscombe, and this is my submission for the Gems in the Rough 2021 contest. Came home soiled from a dirty war. Thought I knew just what I fought it for. Big brass bands and apple pie, all the reasons seem so cut and dry. Overseas, a million miles away, through a million dusty, hard-fought days. Bombed out towns and smoky skies, Unshed tears have got me wondering why. They say the eyes are windows to the soul. Please don't look too closely, well, there's nothing left to show. I hang around where I once played, trying to fake it through the day. Never really worked out anyway. 'Cause it takes a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. Oh, it takes a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. And I've tried every job in this whole town. My aching mind refused to settle down. Uncle Sam taught lethal skills. Odds and ends now help to pay the bills. Left home feeling more than 10 feet tall. Quite a long, hard way for one to fall. Friday took a hand grenade, spangled banner doled into a grave. They say this place I live is called the home, but it feels more like a prison. It feels so numb, it feels so cold. They tell me I'm a special one to serve my country with a gun. So why do I still feel the need to run? No, I ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. No, I ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. They say that God forgives the man who tries, but they've never been to Baghdad, never heard those mothers' cries. And when I lay me down to sleep, will he take my soul to keep, or will he cast me out into the deep? 'Cause he ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. No, he ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at mbradio.com.
You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle, back on MBR, the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard. The boys are back. Just covered College World Series, softball, baseball. Head over to the MLB. Now we've got more finals talk, and it is the Stanley Cup. Edmonton, Florida. Florida currently leading the series 2-0, but we got a flashback.
2-1.
2-1, excuse me. We got a flashback to game one of the series.
Overtime thriller. Kind of thought Florida might steal one on the road. I just didn't expect it to be game one. Not gonna lie. Excuse me.
I didn't expect Edmonton to get this one either here. But they just kept it close.
Yeah. And we go, or Edmonton actually got this one. Oops, I'm on the wrong game. My fault. Yeah. So in overtime, and it was actually McDavid to Draisaitl, I believe.
It was to finish it.
The shot that finished it
right
off
at the end of the game.
Right there at Edmonton, 1 of 4 on the power play. And they kind of got crushed in the faceoffs too, but they just were able to still get way more shots on goal. 46 for them in this one.
And really aggressive against this Florida defense, which it's something that we really haven't seen all playoffs. We've seen it like 1 or 2 games in a series for them, but the only really close series that Florida had, I believe, was against Toronto. They haven't really had to really play anyone too close, beat everyone in 4 to 5 games to get into this Stanley Cup final.
This game started off really well for Edmonton. Quick goal. And then quickly it started to get kind of away from them here with the Panthers scoring so fast. And, they were up 3-1 in the second. Get a goal to at least make it 3-2 before going into that second intermission. And then Ekholm, he's able to tie it up. But just, very defensive, though, for both sides. Bobrovsky, honestly, you can't even hate on the guy for going 42 46. That's a lot of shots at the other block tonight.
Yeah, that's insane.
Got some help from his defenseman and all that, but that was just it was a tough night for him, man. He had a lot of action.
It was under siege
coming his way, yeah. But big game for Sam Bennett. Got 2 goals in this one. Brad Marchand also adding a goal to this. As you mentioned, Draisaitl with the winning goal. But he also scored the first one, so 2 goals for him. Said Ekholm got one. And Victor Arvidsson with another one there for the Oilers. Well, just pretty much about what we expected. I mean, they were some pretty evenly matched teams, and Edmonton's offense was putting a lot of pressure on Florida's defense, but they held up pretty well. Trading some blows. Edmonton was able to sneak out with this one. Game 2, they were like, overtime was so nice, let's do it twice in this one, and we get double overtime.
This one was crazy here.
And here the Panthers were able to steal game on the road.
Another 46 shots attempted.
And I got to say, through the first 2 games, I mean, Edmonton was lucky that they were this. I mean, Florida rather was lucky that they were this close, because Edmonton, over these 2 games, 2 for 10 in their power play opportunities.
Dominated this one with 6.
Yeah, they had 6, and they just not. You think they would maybe take more advantage of it, but just weren't quite able to get it. Had a lot of block shots though in this one, 24. And again, like this game, I mean, it was up and down the ice. Having the extra periods helps a little bit, but each team with over 40 shots on goal. And Bobrovsky again goes 42 of 46, but this time he gets a little help out from his offense. And they go ahead and score 5 goals to cover for him. Stuart Skinner, 37 of 42.
I mean, come on now. That's a pretty good percentage.
It is.
Out of 42 shots, I'll take that in this.
You know what? It was just unfortunate that he was the one to give up the extra goal. I think both of the goalies played phenomenal in this game. You just think with all those shots flying in that there would be way more points, and just really,
I know,
a testament to how skilled each of these teams are. It's like, we're getting this offense to work. We're getting this pressure on your net, and hey, we're answering and we're defending, and then we're stopping it, and then we're forcing it back down on your side and getting pressure on you that way. Just two Titans really just throwing haymakers these first 2 games here. Bennett getting another goal in this one, so he's right now, I think, been through at least through 2 games, been the Panthers' MVP. He's been really great for them.
He's playing well.
Marchand, he adds 2 goals in this one. Seth Jones and Kukilov also getting some goals in this one as well. Draisaitl, I'd say right now probably the MVP of Edmonton. Through these 2 games, he got another goal plus an assist in this one. McDavid, a lot of assists for McDavid. He's been more of a distributor and less of a scorer. Yeah, but like some real good assists. He had 3 in this one, so I got 3 of their 4 goals he assisted on.
It kind of helps their offense, I feel like, a lot more because he's able to kind of control the flow.
Well, you know that he's going to garner a lot of attention from the defense. I think he's been kind of trying to use that to his advantage and set up his teammates for with good opportunities. I mean, he's been doing it pretty well.
Use that in the passing game.
Yeah, plenty of assists in this one here.
I would say for Edmonton, my MVP's got to be either Draisaitl or McDavid. But for Florida, man, I'm going Marchand because in this game 3, it got a little out of hand. Florida takes it 6-1. But Marchand, I'm pretty sure he's recorded a goal in every game of the series, 1 or more goals in every game of the series for the forwards.
Yeah, that's true. He's been standout.
They filled it up though. Bennett got 1. Marchand got 1. Reinhart, Rodriguez, Carter, Verhaeghe, and Ekblad all got a goal in this one.
I'm not sure what quite happened at Edmonton in game 3. I think the energy that the Panthers were feeding off of, it was not Edmonton's day.
11 power play opportunities. This game could have been 11-1.
Yeah.
They only scored 3 of their power play opportunities.
Both of their the goalies that they had come in and play, did struggle as well. And yeah, I mean, it was the penalty minutes were killing them. And for both teams, there was a stupid amount of combined penalty minutes. I mean, 85 out of Edmonton, 55 out of Florida. Somebody that's quicker at math can add that up, but that's a lot of penalty minutes. That's a metric F ton, as they say in the business.
That's like almost 130 minutes of freaking. It's insane.
Yeah, so a lot of guys spending time in the box, and it was more to the Panthers' benefit. And that, I think, speaks to where I think the Panthers just have more depth. And they're like, not to say that Edmonton doesn't have good depth, but I just think like the depth pieces that Florida have, when you take out maybe some of those stars, I just trust some of those guys, the back end of Florida's lineup to be a little better than Edmonton. And that was something that we really saw in this game. But Bobrovsky, another masterful performance, 32 of 33 on saves in that game.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and he really only gave up an early one in the second, and that was a double assisted goal. And he was just locked down the rest of that night. I feel like Tkachuk for Florida been a bit quiet in this series, but they haven't really needed it that much out of him. And he's been making some plays like defensively, getting out there, blocking shots, getting some shots on goal as well. So another game 4 tomorrow night back here in Florida. I'm kind of looking for Edmonton to respond. I think it's been a real back and forth series. They dropped 2 in a row. They've given up 11 goals through there. I think they're just, they don't want to get down, and be facing elimination against this team again. So, and not have to win multiple games in a row like they did last year.
Yeah.
So I think there's just going to be a certain desperation that they'll probably be playing with tonight that's going to really help them pull out a victory. I think we're going to see one of our more defensive matchups of the series. Like, give me like a 3-2 type of hockey game, something like that. But the Oilers will pull it out. Might get more overtime.
Yeah, I think for sure we could be seeing some more overtime in this game 4. I mean, I'm excited for it though. This series definitely been a lot better than last year.
Yeah.
I think Edmonton coming out swinging in these first 2 games had Florida on their toes.
Right, giving them home ice, but now they've kind of lost that as they got the one stolen in game 1. So they have to. They're going to have to win this one too. They win back home ice.
Must win right here for Edmonton.
Right. I really do think that honestly, whoever wins this game tomorrow will probably end up winning the series. Because either you're Florida and that's a good.
We did one, yeah.
That gives you a good chokehold over Edmonton, or I think it's the right amount of momentum Edmonton's going to need to close this series out. But drop your predictions in the comments below. You Edmonton, Team Florida.
Our pick was Edmonton.
Edmonton, yeah. I just think it'd be cool to see them bring it
back.
Bring it back, yeah. Why not, man? But
bringing it over to the NBA Finals.
From the ice rink to the hardwood, we go.
We had an insane game 1 that Pacers come back down 15 once again.
They just keep finding a way to do it, man.
They always get back into these games.
I think that's going to go huge for them pulling off an upset in this series is getting that game.
People think that coming back from down 15 in, I believe, 9 out of 18 playoff games is a bad thing. No. The better team is the team that wins the game when it's over. So
I mean, they don't buckle, they don't yield, man. They just keep coming at you. And any mistake that you make can just get amplified. It wasn't like a particularly crazy game scoring wise for any of these guys, but it's just like a lot of them were making shots when it mattered down the stretch. I think Miles Turner, his defense in because they tried to put him in the pick and roll a lot, and like he had to defend a lot of action, just in a lot of drives to the hoops.
He had to get moving downhill and on that perimeter, like vertically, a lot in this one. And I think they're going to continue to do that, or at least try to do that with the bigs of the Pacers this series a lot, because they want to get that Shea switch anytime they can. And I feel like they're confident in him driving on anyone on the Pacers, but
and not like it was a bad game for Shea, man. 38 points.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most ethical hoops, as he was 14 to 30, but only 8 free throw attempts. So
only 8.
Give him that. Hit a couple of big threes for his team. Lou Dort gave him 15. Jalen Williams gave him 17. Yeah, but Hartenstein, Holmgren, even Case and Wallace all kind of struggled.
Off night from them here, for sure.
Definitely. They kind of got the, they were up and the defense was working. So they were just kind of letting Shea do his thing in the ISO game. And then his shot stopped falling. I think they were getting cold. And then the Pacers, the pressure that they were just putting on defense in that second half, the hustle, rotating out and contesting every shot just came really big. And Siakam, 19 and 10, he had a double-doubles. Neesmith, 12 rebounds. I think his defense was really important down the stretch. And then, dude, Nembhard, that step back that he hit on Shea.
He was 2 for 6 from 3, and they just let him.
After crossing him up like that, that was filthy, though.
Like, hey, man, you're 1 for 5. We're going to clear the floor, let you ISO against SGA real quick. And, I mean, that combo was nasty. Yeah. That was filthy right there.
Well,
step back, pretty much like a double step back move.
Yeah, the acute viewer would have noticed, as that was happening, Shea, like, he got fouled by Nembhard, and he pushed him afterwards. Just it wasn't like anything super hard, but gave him a push, and Nemhard kind of hit him with, like, walked back, hit him with one of those looks over the back of his shoulder, and like very next possession hits that 3-pointer in his eye.
And that's pretty much a dagger. It was coming down the stretch to give Halliburton the last second shot. That's Shea that misses that missed that go ahead floater right there to just extend the lead to 3.
I think it was good defense, but like that's a Shea that's his spot on the floor, and you're like, man, that's usually muddy for him.
Easy shot for him right there.
But the swing, the pressure of the moment, I think just took over. Something otherworldly knocked that ball off a course and then guided Halliburton's in. Zeta like 4. What is it? That was his 4th or his 5th?
Big 4.
Okay, 4th game-winning or game-tying shot. The Pacers in the playoffs are just like on go-ahead or game-tying shots in clutch time. They are like something absurd or I think it's just Halliburton himself is like 8 of 9, while like the rest of the NBA is like 6 of 23.
Yep, he's insane.
He's just hitting big shots when his team needs him the most.
I mean, looking at the box score. Sorry, go ahead, H.
Yeah,
I don't want to move on yet.
You could just like moments like that. I mean, it's hard not to feel great for the guy because like,
oh yeah,
I got to bring up that anonymous poll one more time. Like, how is this
called the most overrated?
Called the most overrated. Stupid. Just don't respect the guy with elite passing, you know, because that's where he really makes his name. Is he's an elite playmaker, but he's proven, man. He's a clutch shooter, and he can really score when he needs to.
Looking at this box score though, and after watching this game, you can really tell what was going to happen in this game too for the Thunder.
Right,
a complete bounce back.
I mean, they couldn't
this one for them.
They couldn't lose 2 at home. Like that was just they really needed this one,
mainly because they're killing them. But Caruso 20, Isaiah Joe 18.
Well, that's Wiggins, I think. That's got 18.
Aaron Wiggins had 18. He was the one that was on fire from 3. Aaron Wiggins was not missing from 3 in this one.
They just shot a lot better from 3 in this one too.
19 from J-Dub and 15 from Chet. I mean, that's honestly a lot you could ask for from him. When Shea's doing a big load of your scoring, getting like 30 plus a night, 15 from one of your bigs is pretty good to ask, honestly.
Shea was doing a lot of everything. 34 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, even blocked a shot in there. He took the blame for that game 1 loss, and like, to be honest, like, I mean, like, that's good leadership, but like, we all know it wasn't really your fault. You dropped 38 and you scored a bunch of points. I mean,
he almost had 40 points in that one.
Kind of hard to blame that one on you if you're an outside fan, but good leadership, taking the responsibility for the loss.
It was just a bad shooting night from the team in the game 1. I mean, he's bound to have a couple bad shooting nights. He's got 21 shots put up in the NBA Finals, where you're going to be getting the top defense going, the top competition of the league. This is the final series of the entire season. I mean, this is top competition. I mean, you take 21 shots a game with the most tight contest you've experienced all season.
He's not getting a lot of open looks too.
Like no open.
I think the defense of the Thunder, they just didn't let up in this one, or get, kind of. I think there's just some confusion and some bad communication also took a hold of them in that game 1, and they got that worked out and sorted out in game 2. Much needed win. And yeah, again, in this one, they were up and in control for a lot of it. And Rick Carlisle, I think he ended up calling it quits kind of fairly early into the fourth, pulled his starters as the Thunder were pulling theirs. So, I mean, a huge win for the Thunder. You get it tied back up 2-2. It'll be interesting to see, I mean, they did a lot of good things attacking that Pacers defense and just on their end, slowing down their offense. And again, like a lot of turnovers through these two games. I think they're like up to 40 between two games for the Pacers.
Yeah.
Something that will definitely worries you. I've been liking what I'm seeing a lot from Benedict Mathurin off the bench. No, he definitely needs more minutes off the bench there too.
Definitely. He's kind of been nursing a little bit of an injury. But I think in this series he can have a big impact. Because defending Shea, he is just a really aggressive and scrappy player.
Right.
Picked up a lot of fouls in this one, but I mean, if you get into a game where the officiating is more in his favor, I mean, it could be a different story.
And I think you'll see less whistles in favor of the Thunder at home. I mean, that just is a thing that tends to happen when you're the home team.
Yeah.
The whistle is a little bit more in your favor. So that'll certainly help him here. Siakam, I'm looking for him to like drop like a 30 bombs here. You know, he needs some more points, I think, out of Pascal.
I think like
or a lot of rebounds, because like that was where he made a big impact. He didn't score a ton, but he had a bunch of rebounds, including a huge one on that Nemhard missed three, where he was able to put it back up and in, make it a 1-point game. And then, Halliburton comes down the court, the next position after the miss, and drains that game winner. But I think this next game, I'm going to lean towards Indiana taking it. It's going to be another close one, though, I think.
I'm definitely leaning towards Indiana here. I think we counted them out too early. We counted them out far, far too early. After that game one, I mean, playing close games in the finals, I don't think that matters. People are talking about the ratings being down because we don't want to see blowouts. Then why are we complaining when the team wins a close game?
I just
saying that they're fraudulent because they have to play it tight. Like, come on.
We'll cover this because it's been unfortunately a topic of what's been a pretty good series, but people are complaining about how it's a boring finals. I'm like, you clearly haven't watched it yet, but yeah, people. I mean, NBA fans just love to complain. That's their favorite thing about the sport, is complaining about it. They're never happy, man. It's just
David Stern would never let these two teams make his finals in his league. It's like, then you clearly haven't picked up your TV remote to even watch a game in like a decade, because you're still watching good teams. Doesn't matter that it's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And it's like, you think
that's stupid.
Just like not even like 10 years ago, like everyone was complaining that there were too many super teams, and that it was like the same players in the finals every year. And now there's parity, and we're getting smaller markets, and it's like, the smaller markets are getting a better shot at the finals, and because we're able to get more players, and we're not seeing dynasties and super teams dominating the leagues in their conferences. And it's like, oh well, no, actually that sucks. I don't know. People just aren't happy. I will say one thing.
Everyone loves to complain about the ratings too, man.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know where half these people are finding these stats at, because I'm gonna be honest. Like, just go and Google search TV ratings, and you're not gonna see a very good answer. Like, you're not gonna see the answer you're looking for just by looking at the very first thing that pops up when Google tells you,
exactly,
or the very first thing that the Chat GPT tells you when you search up the NBA TV ratings. Because just the post-game show alone is better than most of the games. Yeah, like, there might be a crap fest game on. There'd be two crappy teams. Hey, you got a great post-game show.
I think one thing that those ratings can't really show is like how many people are watching through streaming sites that aren't exactly above board. Because I mean, the games are expensive, and people. There are a lot of NBA fans that just probably don't have the money to pay to watch all the games, and they find other ways to do it. So the ratings are a little.
Telling you, Josh Kroenke.
Yeah.
You think I'm buying Fubo TV to watch the Nuggets? You're out of your freaking mind, bro.
You're crazy,
You're
brother.
out of your freaking goddamn mind.
Crazy.
If you think I'm gonna do that.
All right. I do say one complaint that I've heard that I think is pretty valid is that they just aren't putting like a lot of the the finals logos on the court, and they're doing a bad job of making this feel like it's the NBA finals, I get that, dude. Like the NBA's presentation of games needs some work because it's like, I mean, they're always starting late, and like, is this like, I don't know, is this final sponsored by YouTube TV? I don't know, Kim. I can't really tell.
It's sponsored by whoever their freaking graphic designer is.
There's like
they're
70
just using PNGs on the court.
Dude, there's like 70 YouTube TV ads.
And none of it's even at the actual stadium. That's the funny part. Like, you've seen the tweets with the NBA Finals logos that they had in the first half. They had the Larry O'Brien trophy on the court at like near the mid-court logo. And after halftime, people were complaining about how bad it looked.
Right.
I mean, Twitter.
It was like an uploaded PNG.
And then they changed it. So it wasn't even it wasn't even at the stadium at all or on the floor. Like, it was just some PNG that they had green screened on the broadcast.
I think that's the biggest thing the NBA can do to fix their ratings or whatever that their complaints are, to make more people complain less, is to just give more.
There's plenty of storage at the stadium for every team to have a nice room.
I'm saying just like make the games feel more important, dude. Like
an
NFL game, an MLB game, a hockey game. Those start right on time or pretty dang close to it, dude. It's like,
or even early.
Yeah, I mean they're ready to go. I mean, very rarely are they delayed longer than 5 minutes, and it's like the NBA. I mean, the game never starts. Like the game just never starts when it says it's supposed to. You'll turn it on, and it's like you have 12 more minutes of NBA countdown, and you're like, what are we doing? Like, get me to this game. Like, it's supposed to start
as we're speaking.
Yeah, and I think that might hurt people. People don't want to stay and watch that, whatever it might be. They're just like, all right, thought the game was going to be on. They go do something else, and then they forget to go back to it. Whatever
they forget to even go back.
But they're not real ball fans. It's been a great finals, I think. I'm really excited to see what happens in this game. I think we're going to have another thriller on our hands, and we'll see. I'm leaning Pacers in 7 now. I mean, it's the delusional fan of me, but Pacers in 7, even though it's probably still Thunder in 6. Pacers in 7, I believe. Let's go, Halliburton. Let's go.
I want to say I think we're probably going to have a different prediction as the weeks go by. It's going to be a long series. So as of right now, I'm going to say Thunder in 7. Thunder in 7.
Right.
And it may change by the time even Friday comes. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, by the time we have the next show, we'll probably know for sure. Or we'll be one away. We'll be at least a game away from game 6, and we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for coverage of the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup. We're going to head to another commercial break. But when we come back, we've got some more NFL news and updates on the season. So don't go anywhere, folks. Stay with us till the final whistle on Military Broadcast Radio. We'll be right back.
Froze on us.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Broncos made a splash deal, though. That's what we're going to be getting to.
there's a hotel window many floors above. What's missing down there is love. Thinking through the smoke that fills my mind. Don't worry, it's not my first time. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. They say it's all inside, heaven and hell. What happened to that angel when he fell? Give it just one try. Tell me you don't like it. Be God for a moment and don't despise it. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. Step outside and breathe. Play a little in the street. Hope it's not me they're sending. Move on from over there. Give the kids a little scare. Oh, these fences, they need mending. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at mbradio.com.
You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle, everybody, on MB Radio, the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard. We're lagging a little bit on our end. I hope it's not happening for the viewers. But, I mean, Broncos just made a big splash deal. This is going to be our test right here. Let us know if we're lagging because the Broncos just signed J.K. Dobbins to a 1-year deal. I think it's like worth like $15 million, right?
I don't remember. Yeah. I think a little less than that, like 13.6, something like that.
No, I mean, that's a pretty big signing for this offense, dude.
Like,
could this team possibly, dethrone the Chiefs?
his health dependent, because that's always been J.K. Dobbins' issue is can he stay healthy?
I'm seeing depth now,
But,
though, man. Where he
man,
doesn't have to get a million carries.
That's kind of a sneaky good running back room.
I'm
I mean,
seeing depth
I
now.
think Dobbins would be a stud as the number one back. I mean, he was great in the games he was healthy for the Chargers, dude. Like
he's good in the receiving game too.
When he can be healthy, man, he's such a good back. And yeah, we can lean on a little less. I mean, you've got him and RJ Harvey, Audric Estime. I think like Jaleel McLaughlin's still there. I mean, the Broncos just keep getting deeper as a team. I mean, it's a good offensive line that they've got the run behind.
Oh yeah, Pacers. He was telling me last week he almost had to turn off our show because we were disrespecting the Pacers, and then they won game 1 on that crazy shot.
We were rooting for. I was always rooting for him, Stanley. I just had to try to give an objective opinion because they were a little overmatched with OKC, but hey, they're gonna win it now. I believe.
Get the Broncos out of here.
Yeah.
No way. Saints,
dude, I just honestly,
it's all about the shuck show.
At this point, I cannot wait for the NFL season to start. I mean, oh my god, I've never been this excited for a Broncos season.
I think we're about 84 days. 84 days at least until fantasy football is going to start. So I'm hyped on that.
Yeah,
I'm hyped on that.
I tell you what, man, I'm really missing needing 12.7 points out of my bench. On a Monday night, dude. It's just not the same.
Don't do us like that, man. Don't do the Saints like that, man.
Oh, I mean, hey.
Come on. Best team in the league.
He's kind of got the point.
Best team in the league.
Oh, the Saints cave,
Tyler
man.
Shuck. We've been repositioning our O-line around. We got guys working in new positions. And I think, honestly, they're in their most favorable positions on the line. I'm going to be honest. And if you're speaking of that one guy, it's just Trevor Penning. It's just Trevor Penning. If we didn't have Trevor Penning, these guys could play wherever they wanted to on the offensive line. We didn't have to.
Hey, I'll say this, man. It could be worse because I saw the Packers. They got some of their wide receivers out there running cornerback drills.
Oh,
so they're just so shallow at.
Sign us, man.
They're so shallow at corner.
HG and Caveman and the bump and run drills.
Dude, I am not cornerback material. Are you kidding me? Bro, dude, there's only like 2 white corners and they are like exceptional, man.
Yeah, they're
like
that's top tier.
Like you don't get to be a white guy and be a bad corner. It's just not. It's just not a thing, man. So I mean, hey, if they want somebody that can go ahead and give up, 300 yards and 4 touchdowns a game, I'm your guy. But
I mean, they might get that with their receivers, that corner. But we'll see.
I could do it for cheap. I mean, I'll do it for cheap. But
they cleared up the books. They could make a big signing right here. But where do you think of a potential landing spot for Jair? I'm kind of considering looking at Buffalo.
The Bills make a lot of sense.
A big hole in their lineup is in that secondary, and they run a lot of zone.
What kind of irks me is that I feel like the Chiefs are going to somehow get him.
No, honestly.
But that would make sense. That would be a smart move for them to go because it's like, even if he gets hurt, they still have good depth. But when he's healthy, man,
he's good, man.
You'll like to have that. I think another team that might.
Kind of also feeling the Rams could potentially make sense. Yes, I'm feeling teams that really like to run a lot of zone coverage. He's really good in zone where he can just kind of lock down that number one guy.
The Cowboys, I mean, I think they still got a decent amount of cap space. They haven't made a ton of moves. Maybe they try to make a splash for Jair. I could also see, I mean,
that's true.
It would be a total Howie Roseman move to just go and get Jair Alexander for the Eagles. That makes a lot of sense. But keeping it in the East, another division opponent I think could use them, the Commanders.
Ooh.
Right? I mean,
Put
they
him
still.
out there with Lattimore. Oh man.
Let's see if I can get the cap space list to refresh accurately. But if I remember correctly, they still got a decent bit of cap. Same thing though with like the Patriots. That's a team.
Oh. Pair him up out there with Gonzo, Christian Gonzalez.
Right? And Carlton Davis is there as well.
They did get Carlton Davis. Yeah. I forgot about that. That would be a pretty good DV room right there. Those three guys.
But honestly, I think ultimately he's going to probably end up. I have a really strong feeling it's going to be in like the North. Like, I don't know. Maybe the Steelers make a play of them, but I kind of feel like the Ravens or the Bengals. The Bengals, especially, because I think they might be able to get him for cheap.
The sophomore jinx coming to Washington.
Go to Washington. Stay the hell away from Denver. Sophomore slump. I don't watch it we don't watch it anywhere near the Mile High City. Go to DC. That's why they already got enough problems over there. They won't know this.
That's true.
All right. Yeah, drop some predictions in the comments for us. Where do you think Jair Alexander is going to go?
Bills. Get him.
Bills make a lot. Bills should go for him.
Because I think right now the Chiefs might be sliding out of the picture. I hate to say it, but they could potentially be sliding out of the picture. They lost a lot of pretty decent depth that they needed.
I mean, they still got McDuffie, but I think they could use. I mean, they drafted some guys, but I think they would certainly feel more comfortable putting the proven commodity in the league back there.
Reuniting with Lamar. Oh. Potentially could be seeing him in Baltimore.
I think that makes a lot of sense in Baltimore too, man.
Like you seeing him in Baltimore.
Because I think you could probably get Jair on the cheap. I don't know what he's going to actually. He might hold out for more money, but I think like he might. I mean, you might be able to get him on like a 2-year, $15 million deal or something like that. You know.
Baltimore secondary, they got guys, but they had a really tough secondary.
It's going to be a minute before like he signs with a team. I think like teams are going to be more interested in him, kind of like in the price for him dropping before spending the money. So like a smart team might wait until they can get him on the cheap. I think a worse team might overpay for him a bit.
Titans on the rise, nowhere to go but up.
Put him there put him in Tennessee with L'Jarius Sneed. Tennessee's got a sneaky good defense. They got some guys on there.
Oh yeah. It's that AFC South, man.
I do think
play pretty solid.
More than likely, like if we're gonna see him go anywhere, he'll probably want to try to go to a contender.
Broncos will sign Alexander, put the rookie in the slot, trade Riley Moss for a draft pick.
That's a pretty crazy prediction.
Did y'all get that safety from the 49ers though?
Tell
you guys got like a big depth out in your secondary. Like,
right. I mean, like, I guess you could never have too many good corners, but yeah, at a certain point.
Pick.
Right. I mean, this is a big year for Riley Moss because, like, I mean, that doesn't crazy to me.
Trade Chris Abrams-Drain for a pick.
I don't know if he's proved enough. I think Riley Moss, man, like you might be able to get some good value for him. I'm just worried those few games where he came back from injury that might drive his value down. Maybe he has to play a few more games and show out and stand out again. So we'll see what he does this year. It's a big year for him though. He's really got to prove himself on that Broncos unit. But okay, man, another big free agent signing did happen. I mean, it's not really shocking to anybody. We all knew it was going to happen.
Aaron Rodgers.
We were just kind of waiting for the word. Yeah.
And I'm glad it wasn't the Saints because I am not trying to hear it. I was not trying to hear that news. Not at all.
Yep. So he's finally a Steeler.
I mean,
so I'm 9-8, 10-7 season.
That's kind of
first
like
round
the best
exit.
prediction, yeah,
Kind of
like-
loading.
But I feel like they need to just take Derek Carr retired. Derek Carr retired.
He wins couch MVP. That's what he's gonna do.
He wins the vlogging. Him and his brother David are doing vlogs on YouTube right now.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's stupid. His shoulder's injured, but he's out carrying a vlog camera with this freaking throwing arm. Way to go, buddy.
Those two guys, man, like they irked some fan bases the wrong way, bro. The Carr brothers just
both of them.
Like the cities that they left, man, they got some disdain for him. Houston and New Orleans. They did the South dirty. They're in a lot of love lost there. All right. Well, okay, man, with this Aaron Rodgers signing, do you think does Will Howard see the field? Is this a
prediction? Mike Tomlin officially have his first losing season.
And when are they will they fire him? Like regardless of, I don't think I think everyone sees the ceiling for this team as first round exits.
Yeah.
That's the ceiling that they've got for themselves.
That's kind of most years that it is just like make playoffs.
It's a ceiling that they hit often, but
the NFL though, at least we can't say that they don't fire coaches at least as often as they do in the NBA. I feel like at least longtime coaches get fired after having one bad year or one bad loss in the NBA. It doesn't really happen too much in the NFL, really.
Yeah, winning the Super Bowl does buy you a bit more time, but
yeah,
I mean, look at Doug Peterson in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was way too long overdue of a firing, dude.
Could the Steelers still finish second in the North? Sure. I think Baltimore wins that division again. Probably run away. But then could they, the Bengals with their issues, I mean, their offensive line still really ain't that good. Joe Burrow's just gotten better at escaping sacks. He's got a lot of practice, and the defense there be tough for them to. I think it'll be tough for them to certainly come in the second. So, that'll probably be the route for the Steelers, sneak into that second spot in the North, and then a 6-7 seed in the West, and get crushed by a Buffalo or Baltimore, maybe Kansas City in round one.
By somebody.
Right. I think we're really close. It's really feeling like we're getting close to either Lamar or Josh Allen finally getting a Super Bowl.
It's right there.
I'm leaning more towards Allen because he's been able to get it done better in the playoffs. But the Chiefs, they did reload nice, but I mean, 3 straight Super Bowls. It's tough to go to a fourth. That's going to be tough. I mean, that's going to be really tough. And they reloaded on their talent fairly well, but they lost an anchor on the offensive line. And,
that's a big one. That's a big one.
It's so hard to get back to that spot 4 times. So we might finally see Lamar or
comeback player of the year, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, okay. There's a solid prediction right there.
Wow, I mean that is interesting.
They lost all their backs though.
Yeah, dude. Is Jalen Warren still there?
Yeah, they only got Jalen Warren.
Who they drafted? They had to have drafted somebody. I mean, I'm not sure if riding on a rookie running back with an aging QB and is going to be the way to go, but we'll see. I'm going to scroll all the way down to Pittsburgh. They're way at the bottom because they got to be.
That's what the Raiders are doing. Rookie running back, then throw them on the shoulders of the aging QB and a lot of young receivers to go along with it.
All right. Gino, I think, is a better quarterback right now than Aaron Rodgers is, though.
Much better. Gino's completed more passes in one season than Anthony Richard has since high school.
Yeah. Steelers do have a good O-line. They drafted Caleb Johnson in the 3rd, man, which I really liked Caleb Johnson. I'm hyped on RJ Harvey, but I was a little upset that the Broncos didn't draft Johnson because I was like, oh, if we could get him, that'd be sick. And then he dropped to us. I was like, oh, come on. Please. I just think he's really.
When you got Harvey instead.
Yeah. Harvey would be good. I mean, he said that a Darren Sproles type, so he fits that Sean Payton mold. But Johnson, he's just got like special acceleration. It's watching him at Iowa, the way he could just burst into the open field. It was something special. Well, we got a couple. I know we have some holdouts with the Bengals still, but Terry McLaurin actually didn't show up for the mandatory mini camps. So that's interesting, something to put a pin in. I feel like the Commanders know they'll need their number 1 wide receiver. They'll get that worked out before the season. But we did see with Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, they were a little off, with the contract holdouts. There was another good receiver that took him a minute to get going, who was I'm thinking of.
Their dude that was going crazy in the playoffs. They had a couple crazy touchdowns there. It's like their wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name, but we have seen those holdouts where guy isn't there in the off season, can take a minute for the teams to get in sync, right? And it's like relying on Debo as your number 1 right in this day and age is.
That's not what you want to see.
Not something you want to live or die by. Certainly not the methodology that you want to use. I mean, all right. Well, that's gonna do it for our NFL offseason update. But we got some more football to talk about, folks, because the UFL Conference Championships were also this week. Caveman's Michigan Panthers move on. My Stallions fall in embarrassing fashion.
Birmingham is down. They've fallen.
8th time's the charm with those Michigan Panthers. They finally beat them.
We did it.
They're 8 times. Really great game.
You just don't give up.
Bryce Perkins was an absolute man possessed in this one. Did some crazy things. He had 2 total touchdowns in this one. And then Tua was just, they got that ball inside the 5-yard line and he just pounded it into the end zone. 3 touchdowns for him on the day.
Oh, yeah. Michigan wins it all. That's the pick.
I like it. I think they match up pretty well against this Birmingham. This DC team. And they got a good defense. I think it's going to still be pretty high scoring, though, because DC's offense looks really electric, too. But the Panthers, their ability to just sustain drives. And the magic that Bryce Perkins has. He had a 3rd and 17. And this man picks up 29 yards using his legs, breaking multiple tackles on this run too. Just would not be denied. And the amount there were some big plays in this one too, on top of those long sustained drives, where a usually sure tackling Birmingham defense really just missed some guys.
Off of them.
And we had, the long touchdown catch there by Malik Turner, all yak on this one pretty much. He just hits a pretty simple slant route, hits him in stride, bad arm tackle, gets an angle up the sideline, and he's gone. And that play was nuts. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about the Malik Turner touchdown or the Bryce Perkins 3rd down conversion, but either way, yeah, absolutely nuts. Jamar Smith, good story for this guy this year, but he really struggled in this game, threw a pick 6, and they yanked him.
Nakua.
After that.
Nakua.
Those Nakua brothers. I mean, the other one, he didn't really do anyone. Kai Nakua, he didn't do much. But Samson, yeah, with that pick 6 here.
And they'll slap you. They'll slap one of your fans, too, in the stadium.
Right.
It's crazy.
Matt Corral, he came in, led some pretty good drives for the Stallions, got that offense going a little bit more. They got down by too much, and they really were never able to establish a run game, and they had to throw the ball a lot. This Deion Kane dude, I'm going to be shocked if he doesn't get a shot on an NFL roster.
Seriously.
He absolutely balled out down the stretch of the season. Just a big play machine. He can go up, catch those 50-50 balls. He's got great speed, great hands, strong physical receiver. I mean, he's looking like a total package. So I would be shocked if we don't get to see him. And same with some Bryce Perkins, man.
Yeah, he could be a backup somewhere. He could be backup.
Tackling the worst fundamental in professional football.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's so important. Yeah, you can see, I mean, number of plays in this game where some poor tackling turned what should have been a pretty modest or pedestrian gain into a huge play. Tua ripped off a number of runs like that, and it just Stallions made it kind of close, a 44-29 loss, but yeah, the Panthers really they imposed their will pretty early on this one, and despite some late surges from Birmingham, they held on very well and were able to just close it out. I was just like, the poise of the Panthers is what really like stood out to me. This is like Birmingham would score, make it a 1-score game again, and they would just answer by either, a big play drive or putting together a long, time-consuming drive and punching the ball in the end zone. But just a lot of everything that they did worked. I thought their defense, for the most part, was really good. They did give up a couple of big plays here and there, but that's something that Birmingham's been living and dying on. And while they didn't have a ton of sacks, I mean, only one for each team, you can see the pressure there and the way, getting down multiple scores kind of forced Birmingham to give up on the run, but also they just weren't, willing to risk it as much because they were not getting a lot of push up front. Those defensive tackles, some big anchors there on the ground, just blocking them in.
Shout out, though, man. It took us how many tries? 8 tries?
8 tries, yeah.
8 tries.
You can tell
got them.
Michigan wanted this one. They really wanted to beat them.
We got it, UFL. We got it, UFL. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Michigan Panthers, Bryce Perkins got you covered. He's going to bring us to the promised land, and we're going to take out the defenders for HG.
Yes. Avenge us.
Mm-hmm.
Avenge us. Please. Yeah, we're going to get
I wanted it to be Panthers Battlehawks in this game right here, which would have pretty much been a home game for you guys.
Right. It's in St. Louis. It would have been sick, but I just knew.
You changed your pick? I've been rooting for Michigan since last season when we first started covering this team. All right?
I just knew that this was going to happen with Max Duggan back there, quarterback. And I mean, it was pretty ugly from the start. We had almost no forward passing game. We just couldn't move the ball. Some bad turnovers as well. Duggan he'd like hit his drop, go to his first read, and if it wasn't there, he just wanted to take off. And then the other side, Teamu, despite the one pick, was pretty comfortable back there. I think he picked us apart for the most part here. The defense just wasn't able to bail out this time. I mean, he had one one kind of bad read, miscommunication that led to that pick. But besides that, he was, surgical, dicing apart a really good defense. And they neutralized the pass rush really well, just running the ball up the middle a lot. And the Battlehawks' strength is on their edges and their secondary. And with just them imposing the will up front and running the ball, taking those DNs out of the play, basically. 187 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, marched it down on us. I liked the move of bringing in Brandon Silvers until he got hurt. That kind of, I had some hope for a comeback, and then he went down, and I was like, yeah, Duggan's he's not going to do it, man. Like, this guy is not meant.
Dude, we need, at this point, sign her up.
Get her in there. Her versus Shuck. That would be an interesting QB battle.
That's good arms. There. Some good arms.
Right. Just the Battlehawks look. We get a guy who's finally getting the offense moving a little bit and humming the forward pass, and
he gets injured.
Yeah. Our offensive line played probably one of its worst games of the season. Wasn't a lot of great protection there otherwise.
It's one thing you hate to see this late in the season too.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in, Stan.
Thanks for stopping in.
And
it is one thing you hate to see this late in the season. Your O-line collapsing.
5 sacks, one of their worst games here. And quite frankly, just utterly outcoached. Everything that, the defensive coordinator just had no idea how to counter anything the defenders OC was throwing at him. Anthony Beck and the OC of St. Louis just had no answers for that defender's defense. It's a pretty ugly game, getting doubled up on your score, 36-18. We need somebody other than Max Duggan needs to be the quarterback for this team. Really put anybody out there at quarterback, and maybe this team goes undefeated, because they really had all the talent, but it just fell apart at the QB position, and you couldn't get the ball to the playmakers reliably.
It's 14 attempts from Duggan. Silvers, like you're saying, he didn't have a full chance. He got injured after 10 passes.
Right. He was looking good. I was like, okay, there's we can maybe work with this, and he gets hurt going into halftime, and it's just, yeah. So both losing teams this week ended up benching their quarterbacks halfway through it. Try to get a spark. Didn't work out for either. Now we got Teamu versus Bryce Perkins, Deion Jackson versus Tua Tawa, Chris Rowland versus Malik Turner.
I can't wait.
Samson Nakua. Gonna be good. I'm leaning towards the Panthers. I think that they just got they've got better weapons. I like their receiving core a little bit more. And I think they've got a better ability to just control the ball with, Perkins, Toa, the way they can run that there. I think we'll still see a high scoring game. I'm going to go 37-34 Panthers.
Comes to the dark side, everyone.
Join on.
Pick Panthers. I'm going 42-38. Panthers.
I like it.
42-38.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude the UFL coverage.
UFL champions. Come on.
We're going to go ahead and take one more quick break just so we can confer on a few things. When we come back, though, we might have some miscellaneous sports news and just some things happening around the world of sports. Yeah, that we don't usually get to, but we'll give it a shout out here on this day. So don't go anywhere. We got more till the final whistle coming up here on Military Broadcast Radio. Stay tuned.
We can fly across the ocean with our arms spread open wide. Follow me as far as you can, baby. You and me got nothing left to hide. And all our friends will be there with us. We've got nothing searching for the things we lock down in our brain. And over mountains we will go climb, walk through valleys kissed with sun, reaching out to grab your hand. We find that you and me, our love is pure and fine. It's so fine. Follow me now, come on, let's play here. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright. Follow me now, come on, let's play here. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright. Follow me now, come on, let's play here. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright. Follow me now, come on, let's play. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
The web at nbradio.com.
Till the final whistle. HG and Caveman back in last. We got a quarter till 10. It is about that time. I think we are going to cover just some random news. We got some news on tennis. Coco Gauff, HG, take it away. She broke her record.
Right. Well, she became the first American to win the French Open here this previous Saturday. And she beat, and bear with me as I try to say this name when my page refreshes. She beat Arena Sabalenka, and I don't even know where that flag's from. No, pretty intense match. That I don't exactly know how to score because I'm not a huge soccer guy, but pretty historic nonetheless. Finally getting the American winner there in the French Open. We had the men's doubles final was also that day, and the Argentinian-Spanish combo of Marcel Granollers and Jorge Zeballanos getting the victory there over a couple of British competitors. And then we go to Sunday. There was another epic match between Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, a rivalry there that's only deepening. And Skinner actually he got up to an early lead in tennis ways, and then in the first two sets, and then in those final three sets, Alcaraz rallied to come back and clinch a victory that he calls the most exciting win of his career. It was a really good match. Caught some highlights of that one. Real back and forth between both of those guys. And then you had the women's doubles final in the French Open. And I believe that's an Italian flag there. Sara Errani and Jasmine Paolini getting the victory over Serbian and some other Balkan country's flag. I'm American geography here, guys. I apologize.
It's not easy.
Yeah, a lot of flags, man. A lot hard to
A lot of
keep track
countries
all.
out there.
For real, for real. That's a little tennis news, Caveman. What else we got going on in the world of mixed martial arts?
I was looking over here at UFC 316. We had 2 pretty good title matches in these ones. It was Merab and Sean O'Malley going at it. And then we had Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison. We had Merab winning by submission. And we had another second round submission for Kayla. In those 2 title matches, they're really able to control it because they're both just maulers. Extremely great wrestlers and can just control the ground game against their opponent. I mean, if you can survive one submission against these two, I mean, you're pretty good. But we had an Amanda Nunes appearance at the end of that Kayla Harrison fight, so we could be seeing a good return to the UFC for this bantamweight championship.
Okay, nice.
As far as it goes for men's bantamweight, I mean, Merab is going to control this division for quite some time until we get another competitor as fierce as he is, man. I mean, you'll look at his picture right here on ESPN. He's just ragdolling him. He didn't even look tired after he submitted him either. In 3 rounds, he tried the same choke on him twice in this one fight too. I mean, we had pretty action-packed main events in these 2. As far as it goes for the rest of them, I mean, people are not really too happy with the rest of the card of UFC 316. Kind of saying that it just kind of lacked a lot of the hype, at least the star power that the rest of the card did. But for me, I mean, it's UFC. It's good either way. Like, you can't really complain. Some fights are pretty slow paced. You know, they don't really move as fast, or there isn't really a knockout in there. But still a lot of technicality, a lot of good things are happening in the fights. Now, 316, man, Merab, Kayla Henderson taking over men's and women's bantamweight.
I saw what you sent me of that Kayla fight. She's going
just mauling her.
I'll include the voiceover. Yeah, I mean, she got her opponent on the ground and just beat her into paste, basically. It was kind of insane.
I mean, it's a pretty well working strategy. The past few years of the UFC, that's worked out pretty well.
All right. Well, from the octagon back over to the hardwood, WNBA season is in full swing. We haven't
halfway through the year.
We haven't had as much time to cover as much of it, so we'll drop in and tell you what's going on here. The Dallas Wings, bad news. Paige Beckers did not fix all your problems. You're 1-9.
They did not fix their issues.
Yeah. Rika Gumbawale, still your leading scorer. Beckers back there with 14.7 points per game. Yeah, solid contributions. He's averaging about 6.7 assists, 4.7 rebounds. But the rest of this team is
got a block per game too.
Still leaves a lot to be desired. It's Agumbawale, the leading point scorer, Misha Hines-Allen, leading rebounder. Then Paige Beckers is your top assister, stealer, and blocker. So,
goodness,
yeah,
that's just awful.
They're as a team shooting pretty bad, like 41% and 31% from 3. So not exactly great stuff out of the Wings this season. Unfortunate for them. Their lone win coming against the Sun, who are no better, a lowly 2-7.
Yeah, no better at all.
The Sparks, I thought, were going to be a little bit better this year. Maybe when they get healthy, they'll turn it around. But right now, they're 3-7. But right now, it's the Liberty and the Lynx, the 2 teams
top dogs
from the finals last year, dominating both teams, 9-0. I'm sure that'll probably change when they get the chance to play each other. Phoenix Mercury and Atlanta Dream.
I think the Dream are one team to look out for.
They're pretty good,
Alicia
man.
Gray's solid, and they still got Ryan Howard. who I think is honestly going to be their number one scoring option going throughout the rest of the season. And I'm okay with putting that opportunity in her hands. It's a great scoring option for them. Early in the year, they were really going to her. I think they should stick to it. This is a good start. She's coming back off an injury too, so
and they got
kind of rebuilding.
That one girl that she won all the skills challenges for the All-Star game, Chelsea something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, let's see. I got the roster pulled up here. Maybe not.
She might have walked then.
Tahina Pau, rookie for them.
I like that. That was a good draft.
Threat at guard.
Don't forget Brittany Griner. They
good pick
brought in there off of the off season, so they got a pretty big front court, and then their back court. A lot of good shooting right there. I think it might have been Jordan Canada I was thinking of, but I digress. Team that I think is going to be really good. You might be wondering how the Indiana Fever are doing, rather.
I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark right now dealing with something with
injured
quad.
Yeah, so
right now,
first time in her career she's missing anything. But they got themselves, if they could just weather the storm, get back into being in prime postseason position. You've got the Aces a little struggling somewhat, 4-3. They just seem to be trying to get their groove together, trying to fill in the absence of Kelsey Plum. That doesn't.
Yeah, they've got some gaps.
Certainly helps or is hurting them there. But Asia Wilson's still just dominating. Yeah,
top dog in the league.
Just, I mean, now that Kelsey's not there, she's just carrying on every statistical category for him. She's their leading scorer, rebounder, assister, most steals per game, and most blocks per game. Just kind of doing everything. Got some good guards, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, who can step up and really be that, elite number 2 option for them there, and just give Aja some help. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jackie Young. I'd like to see her, not her, but Chelsea Gray be leading with all the point assists, because she used to be the WNBA's point guard, but bit of a fall from grace there, I'll say.
Well, the Valkyries are another team. Definitely could be very, very exciting. Really young team.
Stoked that they're there too. Their arenas are selling out quite nicely.
Newest addition into the WNBA, the Western Conference. I mean, they got a good colorway, good logo, good location for basketball. They're definitely going to be a good market in this league for sure. They're having a pretty decent year.
They got some exciting young players too. Kayla Thornton, Veronica Burton, Tiffany Hayes. An exciting sort of international prospect in Cecilia Zandalicini. So having fun watching this team. I think they'll probably just miss out on the playoffs this year, but it's a young squad that just, new city and everything. Not a ton of experience between any of those players there. That's just only change and grow as that team gets better. But they're having a pretty good start to their early existence, their young years as a team.
It's kind of they were a team that I thought would be in a particular spot similar to the Chicago Sky as where they're at right now. 2-6. Kind of looking like a team that really just getting started, because they have a lot of really good draft prospects on this team. They got Courtney Vandersloot, Haley Van Lith, Angel Reese, Michaela Onyenware is solid, Camila Cardoza, solid. This team's really good. I don't understand.
Just can't put it together right now.
They just can't get it. They have a lot of veterans on here too. That's a young team that has good veteran pieces that can really get it going.
Well, I'm looking ahead unfortunately, the Lynx and the Liberty aren't going to play for a while. Highly unlikely that they're both undefeated by the time that rolls around. So now I'm looking like, who is it going to dethrone the Lynx first? Their upcoming opponents, they got Seattle in Seattle next. That's tonight. Maybe at home against Vegas or at the Dream. That can be. Those are where I most likely see them going down.
The Liberty. Next game Saturday, they've got the good old Indiana Fever. Then next Tuesday will be the Dream, then Mercury, and then Seattle Storm. I mean, honestly, out of those four, the Atlanta Dream honestly could potentially give them that first loss. It's a team that they see a lot in the regular season, so that could be a really good back and forth series throughout the regular season between these two teams. Hey, maybe even the Valkyries get it. Come on, the new young guns out there.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Probably won't happen.
We'll see. Well, again, long season. We'll be keeping you updated as it goes along. Okay, man, you got any other sports news you wanted to throw out into the world before we head on?
Let's see. You know what? We're going to check cricket real quick.
See what's going on with cricket.
Check cricket real quick.
I love it, you madman. We're going way off script.
There's a game on live right now. Australia is winning against, I think, Saudi Arabia 212-19. Oh, it's South Africa trails by 193 runs currently right now. Which is actually how cricket scoring works. Because the final score of this game right here, South Africa versus, I think this is, let's just click on it here. Who is this?
No idea.
West Indies. The final score of this game was 220 and 211 to multiple 332 scores. And 103rd. And South Africa won this by 7 wickets. Somehow they won by 7 wickets.
This kind of sounds like Harry Potter Quidditch.
At this point, I want to figure out what's going on.
Terminology to me, but yeah, brother. Let's
leading scorer right now for West Indies right now, Andre Fletcher. He's leading the entire cricket world right now in goals. 240 points scored by the man.
Got 2 minutes before we sign off.
Let's go.
One last thing we're gonna do: run down an ESPN power rankings of the top 10 college football teams so far.
I like
Crimson Tide at 10, Tennessee Volunteers at 9, LSU Tigers at 8, Clemson Tigers at 7. Got the Nittany Lions of Penn State at 6, the Fighting Irish at 5. Shout out Jimmy Covers. Oregon Ducks at 4, Georgia Bulldogs at 3, Ohio State Buckeyes at 2, and the Texas Longhorns at number 1. Kind of makes sense to me, bro. I would put Clemson at 5 though. I think Clemson they're going to be a unit next year. That's going to be a real good team. They're going to dominate the ACC in my opinion and go deep into the college football playoff. But we're coming up to the end of our show. I'm HG. We got Caveman. We're on the 1s and 2s. H-Train man in the soundboard. We are till the final whistle on Military Broadcast Radio. We will see you guys next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.